you always do this thing. When music's on, you sort of, I don't know, melt into it. Like your whole body exhales and the room softens around you. Even when you're tired, even when you say you're fine but clearly aren't, you listen like you're finally allowed to feel. It's subtle, not dramatic or anything, but it's there. Your shoulders sink, your eyes don't dart around so much. You stop bracing. That's what it feels like. Like the tension lets go of you, and you finally stop fighting. Even just for a moment. I think I noticed it one of those nights we stayed up too late. When we were both pretending we weren't exhausted, and some quiet track came on. Nothing fancy, just soft vocals, a slow beat. And you just went quiet. Not the usual quiet. The good kind. Since then, I watch for it. That shift. That little drop in your shoulders. The way your thumb moves across your knee with the tempo. You don't even realize you do it. It's like music speaks in a way you actually let in. Like everything else bounces off. Jokes, concern, questions. But a melody that gets past the firewall. You always talk different when music's playing. Softer. Realer. Not in your words, even. Just in how you are. Sometimes you'll say something offhand like, "Oh, this one's nice." But you don't mean nice. You mean, "This song found the exact ache in me, and I don't know what to do with that." But of course you'd never say that. Too much. Too honest. So you just let the song play. And I let it speak for you. Like we have this little secret translation code, one verse at a time. I guess that's why I always play music when we hang out. Even if I pretend it's background noise. Even if I roll my eyes and say, "Oh no, my playlist's embarrassing. Don't judge me." You never do. Sometimes I wonder if you even notice that I skip certain songs when you're here. Or let others play on loop. Or quietly cue things when you mention your day was rough. Maybe not. But that's okay. You weren't supposed to. That part was for me. Still, it always meant something. Your silence, your breath syncing with the chorus, your head tilting a little when lyrics got too close. It all meant something. You always talk different when music's playing. So I guess I started listening harder. not just to the songs, but to you. The version of you that only showed up when the music did. I didn't mean to start doing it. It just happened. At first, it was one song, something I heard late at night that reminded me of you. Not even in a dramatic way, just the tone of it, the quiet way it carried itself. It felt like you. So I saved it. Didn't think much of it. Just a nice song I didn't want to forget. Then the next time we talked, after one of those days where you said you were fine, but your eyes didn't quite match your voice, I found another something about the lyrics. It felt like something you needed to hear, even if you'd never say that out loud. So I saved that one too. And then another. And another. And eventually, I realized I had an entire playlist. And it was all you. I mean, I never titled it anything obvious. Just something vague. One of those names that look like nonsense but make perfect sense to me. Because it was easier to pretend it was random than to admit I'd made a soundtrack for someone who didn't even know. And every time you'd tell me you had a rough day, I'd go add another song. Quietly. No one else knew. Not even you. Especially not you. It was like my way of checking on you without making you uncomfortable. Without asking too many questions. Just, this one made me think of you today. But in silence. I don't know when I realized what I was actually doing. I think it hit me the night I added the 12th track. And I looked at the list and saw this whole emotional map of you, of the way I see you, the way you probably don't even see yourself. I wanted to send it. So many times, I opened the message box, even typed something like, "Hey, I thought you might like this." Then deleted it. Every single time. Because if I sent it, you'd know. Or at least, you might feel something I wasn't ready to admit I put there. It felt like saying something I wasn't ready to say. Not out loud. Not when things were still safe between us. Still light. Still, whatever this is. And maybe that's silly. Maybe I overthought it. Maybe I always do. But that playlist, it felt like more than a bunch of songs. It felt like a piece of me. The soft part I usually keep locked away. The one that only shows up when I think of you and all the things I'll probably never say. I think that playlist started talking for me before I even realized what I needed it to say. Because, let's be honest, I'm not exactly great with words. I mean, sure, I talk a lot, but saying real things, actual, honest, emotional truths, disgusting. Seriously. Feelings are messy and unpredictable, and way harder to clean up than spilled tea. And we both know I'm more of a shove it under the rug and joke about it later type. But music doesn't need permission. It just slips through, finds a part of you that's been holding its breath and lets it exhale. So I started hiding little messages in there. No, not literal Morse code or anything. Though, now that I think about it, that could have been fun. Like, track 3, 5, and 8 equals I like you, you oblivious disaster. But no, really. I picked songs that said what I couldn't, what I was too scared to admit, what I didn't think I was allowed to say out loud. They were like tiny confessions, tucked between piano chords and harmonies, lyrics that made my chest ache because they sounded exactly like the things I'd say if I ever got brave enough. And the funniest part? Half of them sound so normal. Like songs you could play on a drive or at a party or while folding laundry. But if you really listen, they're all pointing the same way. To you. Always to. You ever have a lyric stop you mid-breath? Like you're doing something totally mundane, tying your shoe, brushing your teeth, and suddenly a line hits you so hard you just sit there staring at nothing. That's what some of these songs felt like for me, because they described you better than I ever could. And maybe that's not normal, but I don't care. It's true. There's one track in there, and no, I'm not telling you which one. Don't even try. But it has this line. I stay quiet, but I stay close. And every time I hear it, I think, yeah, that's me. You never asked me to stay, but I did. Because I wanted to. And the music just gave me a way to say that without breaking whatever this thing is between us. And maybe I'm an idiot for thinking a playlist could do all that. Maybe you'll listen and just think, hey, these are some nice songs, But I really hope you hear more. Because every chorus, every lyric I picked, every melody I held on to when you weren't around, they were pieces of something I was too afraid to say with my own voice. Also, if you skip any of the tracks, I will notice, and I will hold it against you for at least 3 eternities. For, you know, sometimes I wonder if I made all of this into more than it is, or more than it should be. Like maybe it's just a playlist, just songs, just something I do because I overthink everything and care too much about people who probably don't think about me the same way. Not in the way I do. And sometimes I wonder if I actually sent it, if I looked you in the eye and said, hey, this was all about you, would you pull away? Would it make you uncomfortable? Would it ruin the way you look at me? Would it make things weird? Would it make me weird? I mean, I already know I'm kind of weird. In the way that notices little things and stores them in the shape of songs. In the way that remembers the exact phrase you used when you said your day was a mess in slow motion. Who even remembers that? Me, apparently. But what if you don't want to be seen like that? What if you're happy with the version of us where we don't say these things? Where the feelings stay behind glass so we can keep pretending they're not there? I don't know. Maybe you'd think it's sweet. Maybe you'd say thank you and never bring it up again. And maybe that would be worse than anything else. To give a part of myself and have it received like background noise. That's the thing about playlists. They sound simple, but sometimes they're the most honest thing a person can make. Because they don't lie. They don't hold back. They just play over and over until someone hears them. I think I started wondering not just if you'd want to hear it, but if you'd know what you are hearing. If you'd understand the way the lyrics wrap around all the things I never said, all the things I never had the courage to say. Would you even want to hear that? Would you be okay knowing that someone out there was quietly, silently choosing songs like Confessions and building them around you? Because I didn't just pick songs you like. I picked ones that felt like you. On your tired days, your silly days, your quietly sad days that you never talk about, but think no one notices. If I sent it now, would you listen differently? Would you hear what I meant, even if I never said it out loud? Wait, really? You want to hear it? Like, actually? Not just being polite. Not just, oh cool, thanks. You want to listen? Okay. Wow. I didn't think you'd say that. I mean, I hoped, but I didn't expect it. You want to know what it means? All of it. The tracks I picked, the reasons I held on to them, the pieces of me hidden in every verse. You want all of that. That's honestly kind of terrifying, but in a good way. The kind of terrifying that makes your heart race and your hands feel too small to hold the moment. I thought I was going to have to let it sit in the silence forever. Just live in my playlists and unsent drafts. Just something I knew but never shared. A quiet archive of all the things I felt for you but couldn't say. But now, if you're really gonna listen, I want you to hear it all. Not just the melodies, not just the pretty line, but the way my thoughts folded around each song. The way I played them on repeat after you left, or when you messaged rough day, or even when I just missed you for no good reason. You were always there. You are the playlist. Every choice I made came back to you. Every line I couldn't say with my own voice ended up in someone else's. It's funny. I used to think I was being so subtle, like you'll never know, it's just music. But now I wonder, maybe part of me always wanted to be caught. Maybe I was waiting for you to ask, or notice, or even just stay a little longer when something was playing, like you knew there was more underneath it. So, here, it's yours. All of it. Every track, every lyric, every second. I'm not asking for anything back. I'm not handing this to you like it's a question. It's not. It's just a piece of me that I trust you enough to give now. And if it makes you smile, or pause, or think about all those quiet nights we shared, that's enough. That's everything. Just promise me one thing. Don't listen all at once. Let it unfold. Let it breathe, like I did. And maybe somewhere in those 42 songs, you'll hear it. The thing I've been trying to say this whole time. That I think the world sounds a little better when you're in it.